In most of the religions, from Islam to Hinduism, Christianity to Buddhism, there's a belief in resurrection, reincarnation, or some form of afterlife. The soul returns, the body rises, the journey continues. But let's pause for a moment and ask, is there any scientific proof of resurrection or reincarnation? As of the moment I am recording this video, there is no evidence that a person's soul or consciousness comes back after death. That's hurtful for many of us, isn't it? But today I want to give you a different kind of hope, a hope that you might return to this world in a very real, very physical, very scientific way. How? Let's explore. Imagine this, today you die, your heart stops, your breath fades, your body cools and stills. In a few hours, your cells begin to break down. In a few days, microbes digest you from the inside. In weeks and months, your flesh decays, bones dry, and eventually you are gone. Your body becomes dust, minerals, carbon, calcium, iron, the same elements that once made you laugh, love, and think. Your body was made of carbon from ancient stars, iron older than the solar system, water that once cycled through 100,000 creatures before you, DNA stitched by a billion years of evolution, and none of that disappears. According to the law of conservation of mass and energy, matter cannot be created or destroyed. It only changes form. So when you die, you don't vanish. Even after death, you are still here, just transformed. Your cells become nutrients in the soil feeds a tree, the tree breathes in carbon and exhales oxygen someone else inhales. Maybe your nutrients are taken in by roots, a tree grows, a fruit ripens, a pregnant woman eats that fruit, her baby forms from nutrients that once were you. Maybe a plant absorbs your minerals, an animal eats the plant, a child eats the animal, their cells divide and your atoms become part of a growing body. You return, but not as you. You return as leaves, feathers, breathe, rain, even the heartbeat of a newborn, a neural impulse in a future mind. Science tells us atoms don't die, energy doesn't vanish, life recycles life. The same atoms in your body today may once have been inside a star, a dinosaur, or another human who walked this earth centuries ago. And when you die, your atoms will go on into trees, birds, oceans, and even new humans. So, is that really coming back? Let's be honest. You don't come back with your name, your memories, or your smile. This is not resurrection, this is not reincarnation, this is transformation. Eventually, these recycled materials may nourish the roots of a tree, be eaten by animals or humans, re-enter the food chain, become part of a new life form. But these atoms don't carry your identity, they hold no memory, they do not remember your thoughts, dreams, or love. You are not reborn as you, not with your name, your story, or your soul intact. Instead, you become part of life's raw ingredients, the basic building blocks nature endlessly reshapes into something new. A part of you, your very atoms, will walk again in a different form. You become part of the living universe, forever recycled, never wasted. But can you come back as the exact you again? Not just your atoms, but you. The same person, same mind, same neural paths, same soul. Let's explore this. You are a highly specific configuration. You are 7 octillion atoms arranged in a uniquely complex way. A neural network shaped by billions of movements and micro experiences. A DNA sequence drawn from trillions of possible parental combinations. A once in history expression of biology. Could those exact atoms and circuits reappear? Technically, yes. Nothing in physics forbids it. The laws of quantum mechanics, thermodynamics, and statistical mechanics allow for all physically possible configurations of matter, including you, to potentially recur in a universe governed by probabilistic outcomes. But here's the issue. The probability is so close to zero that for all practical timelines, it's considered impossible. It's like throwing a deck of 10 octillion cards into the galaxy and having them land in exactly the same order, including the same brain, the same memories, the same childhood pet. There is no mechanism for preserving you after death. So far, science finds no evidence that consciousness or memory survives bodily death. The brain's neural structure is stored elsewhere, or any natural blueprint resembles you. Once the brain dies, its structure collapses. No backup, no recovery. That's what current neuroscience and physics agree on. But in infinite time, even the improbable becomes possible. Here's the twist. If the universe is infinite or time stretches on forever, then the total number of attempts reality can make is also infinite. And if there are infinite attempts, even a near zero probability becomes inevitable. Even if the universe is finite but cyclic, expands, contracts, and restarts endlessly, this recurrence remains theoretically possible. Your rebirth is not guaranteed, but it's not ruled out either. So yes, your exact DNA sequence could, in theory, reappear. The number of possible DNA combinations is huge, 70 trillion between just two humans, but not infinite. Your brain structure, though enormously complex, is still a physical arrangement, one that could in principle reoccur. If the conditions randomly aligned, the chance is astronomical but not zero. And given infinite time or infinite universes, it is not just possible, it becomes inevitable. Still, DNA alone isn't you. Even if an identical genetic copy of you is born, a clone, in essence, it won't be you unless it lives your exact childhood, experiences the same heartbreaks, thinks the same thoughts at the same moments, forms the same neural pathways through identical experiences. That's what makes this version of you irreplaceable, even in an infinite cosmos. But somewhere, somewhen, if the universe tries enough times, maybe it sketches you again. Not just a body, not just a DNA, but you. With your memories, your fire, your regrets, your half-finished dream. The final word. Is it scientifically possible? Yes, under certain cosmological models, your exact physical self could reappear, but it's not something science expects, predicts, or can currently verify. In the end, the universe is a storyteller with infinite ink. One day it writes your name again. And even if you never reappear as the exact same you will still remain a part of the universe. You will just be everywhere in a different form.